Okay, so second part, to have a healthy self-esteem, you need to have a trusting and grateful relationship with your emotions. Would you have ever attached those two words in thinking about the relationship you have with your emotions? You trust them and you're grateful for them. It might sound a little bit strange. This is where we need to get when we're talking about a healthy self-esteem. We trust our emotions and we have gratitude for them. So, creating this kind of relationship means you need to know two things. You need to know why you have emotions, and you need to know what to do with them. So, first, we're going to spend a couple minutes talking about why you have emotions. Okay. God designed you on purpose. It was a beautiful design and it was an intentional design. And especially as women, we have an increased ability to be aware of and connected to our emotions. So that's the most important thing to remember. You were designed on purpose, and that means experiencing your emotions, all of your emotions. Okay? Emotions in and of themselves are not good or bad, right or wrong, positive or negative. It's what you do with your emotions that is healthy or unhealthy. So you'll hear me when I talk about emotions, I will refer to them as comfortable or uncomfortable emotions. I stay away from descriptors like positive or negative emotions. So it's the emotions in and of themselves are not good or bad, right or wrong. It's what you choose to do with the emotions that are healthy or unhealthy. You have emotions for important reasons. Here are four of them. So, emotions provide you information, some really important information. Emotions can provide you information about your thoughts. Think about the compassion exercises we did last week. When you are thinking critically about yourself, what emotional experience did that create? Versus when you think compassionately towards yourself, what emotional experience does that create? So, paying attention to your emotions can give you really helpful information about what you're thinking, where your thoughts are. Emotions can also give you information about your agency, the choices you make. So, when you've gotten caught up in gossip, for instance, how do you feel after the fact? I do not feel great. It's not an experience I want to keep repeating because of the emotional reaction I have. So, emotions, when you're paying attention, emotions can help you identify what are the things you want more of and what are the things you want to stay away from at all costs. Emotions can give you helpful information about your relationships, how other people practice their agency. And emotions can give you important information when you've experienced an emotional injury that maybe you weren't aware of the level of significance. Second reason we have emotions, they can move us to action. For instance, if you're in a relationship where you're struggling, having some uncomfortable emotions, that may move you to the action of setting healthy boundaries. Boundaries are about creating that safety in our relationships. So emotions can move us to action. Emotions can enrich our lives. I like to think about it as they add color and flavor to our life. We don't have to love all the colors or all the flavors, but we appreciate them more because of the diversity of the emotions. And emotions can deepen our connections. Think about the most powerful experiences you've had. I'm going to go ahead and guess childbirth will be one of those. Think about going through that experience with no emotional experience. Now, I understand there's physical pain, right? I don't know why I keep getting that thumbs up sign. It started doing that, and I'm not sure what I'm doing to get that. So I apologize for that. But think about giving birth and what that experience is like without the love, without the care, without the understanding of the significance. There are a lot of emotions that go into having a child. getting married, favorite vacations. Think about your most significant experiences and consider what happens if there are no emotional experiences, even painful, the death of a loved one, void of any emotion. So when we have these emotional experiences, they can deepen our connections with one another. So really important reasons we have emotions. Okay. So now that you know why you've got emotions, the second part of creating this trusting relationship with your emotions is to know what to do with your emotions. So here we're coming back to the processing continuum. So are you going to process them in a healthy way? Get stuck ruminating or allowing them to control you? Or are you avoiding and potentially numbing your emotions? So we want to focus on that healthy processing. What is that? It includes 3 steps. The first is to notice and name your emotions. The second, there's that thumbs up again. The second is to experience your emotions. And the third is to express your emotions. Okay. So the first, increase your ability to notice and name your emotions. This is critical. This is dropping down from your head and being connected with your body to increase your awareness about what you experience emotionally. If this isn't something you're in the habit of, it's going to take some practice to build this skill. The second is once you are aware that you're having an emotional experience, it is critical you give yourself permission to have the experience. So often, because of the messages we've grown up with, we can say to ourselves, I shouldn't be feeling this. It's not okay for me to be feeling this. It's not Christ-like for me to feel this. So be really aware of what are the messages you give yourself around experiencing your emotions, especially your uncomfortable emotions. Healthy processing means giving yourself permission to experience and learn from your emotions. Again, it's not the emotions that are good or bad. It's what you do with the emotions that are healthy or unhealthy. And that's the third step. Having healthy ways to express your emotions, to move the energy. All of our emotions have energy connected to them. So having healthy ways to express and move that energy so it's not getting stuck or trapped in our bodies. Okay. Repeating this process again and again and again is how you come to trust your emotions. Trust that your emotions are valid. They are real. Trust that your emotions are showing up for a reason. And trust that you have the ability to manage your emotions. You know what to do with them. And having gratitude for all that your emotions give you. So repeating this process is what is going to help you create that kind of relationship with your emotions, which supports a healthy self-esteem. Okay, so practice. This week, I want you to choose one of these and only one of these, please. So you could choose to pause twice a day, drop down from your head and into your body to tune into and notice and name what it is you're feeling emotionally. You can print off an emotion word chart if that's something that's helpful for you to reference. So that's option number 1. Option number 2, write out an emotional mantra. So this is the phrase that you're going to say to yourself when you notice you're having an emotional experience, specifically an uncomfortable emotional experience. So for instance, if feeling sad is really uncomfortable for you, identify what you would say to yourself. It could be, I'm allowed to feel sad. It's okay for me to feel sad. It's important for me to feel sad. Feeling sad is a healthy part of the human experience. Whatever you want your mantra to be, write it out, identify it, and then practice saying it daily. That's option 2. And option 3 is identify the emotion that you are least comfortable feeling. So I say again, I'm using uncomfortable because for some people, uncomfortable might be happy. They might really be uncomfortable feeling happy because then they're afraid of what comes next, just as one example. So it might be sadness, it might be loneliness, it might be rejection, it might be. Identify the emotion that is least comfortable for you to experience. And then I want you to create a list. I suggest people do this on their phone so they have quick access to it. I want you to start creating a list of healthy ways to express that uncomfortable emotion. And again, when we're talking about express, typically it's a physical action of some sort to move that energy. So journaling is a physical action, taking a walk, crying, creating artwork. So start to create a list of, this is my least comfortable emotion. What are ways that I can practice expressing this that are healthy? Okay. So then journal about, there's the thumbs up again. Maybe it's when I say okay. I'm not sure. I haven't figured this out. But journal about whichever option you choose, practice it, and then journal about your experience. Again, this is all about creating a relationship of trust and gratitude with your emotions as a structural part of a healthy self-esteem. I will see you guys on Thursday.